So I must tell the truth. I always get nervous when I'm walking up to a stage that I will fall down and it'll be recorded and beamed around the world. So, good morning, everyone. Today, as the title of this conference suggests, we gather in collective hope that the solutions and work we discuss here and throughout COP28 will bring about positive change for our small island states and the world. An African proverb says that the sun does not forget a village just because it is small. I believe these words are meaningful to us in various ways, both cautionary and encouraging. Firstly, it cautions us of the vast power of nature. Even though we are small, this does not mean that we are immune to the impacts of climate change that we are already see occurring worldwide. On the contrary, the world's small islands recognize our vulnerability to climate change. We experience its effects often earlier and more intensely than many others around the globe, bearing the brunt of rising sea levels and increasingly frequent and severe weather events. Secondly, and perhaps most importantly, these words remind us that our size does not limit our potential for success or the impact that we can have. Small island states, like my home, Bermuda, play a pivotal role in providing climate solutions, access to climate finance, and critical platforms for developing and testing new technologies to meet the world's evolving needs. And that is why it is suitable for us to have hope. Here at the suitably named Island of Hope and throughout COP28, we are not just talking about what we will do, but we will share the work that we are already doing to provide tangible solutions for countries around the world. In Bermuda, sustainability is in our DNA. Being an island 700 miles away from the nearest landmass with no access to fresh water, our centuries old relationship with the ocean to our white limestone roofs that collect rainwater every day. And we continue to do our part to work to contribute to our planet. We have installed solar on government buildings. We have commissioned the first energy utility scale 6 megawatt solar farm at the Elif Wade International Airport. And we are home for over 30 years to the Caribbean's first waste energy plant at our Tynes Bay facility. As the only land within the Sargasso Sea, we have been champions for the conservation of this unique ecosystem for the past 12 years, beginning with the Hamilton Declaration, named after our capital, which committed 5 governments, including the US and the United Kingdom, to joint action, and since then, a further 5 governments have signed up. The Bermuda Institute for Ocean Sciences is an internationally recognized center for ocean science, atmospheric research, and environmental monitoring and mapping. And since 1903, this renowned institution has provided resources and education to communities, governments, and environmental organizations to help make the world a better place. One of their most important works is the Bermuda Atlantic Time Series, or BATS, which has collected data on the ocean's physical, biological, and chemical properties since 1988. This research has proven invaluable in ocean and atmospheric science by producing data that helps us better understand global climate change and the ocean's responses to variations in the Earth's atmosphere. Bermuda has been doing our part, and we will continue to do so now and into the future. Before I continue, I'd like to recognize in the front row the Deputy Premier, the Honorable Walter Robin, who is the climate change renewable energy leader for the Caribbean, has been recognized and awarded, and has been leading Bermuda's efforts on climate and the environment for the last 6 years. Just a few days ago, Deputy Premier Robin released the Bermuda Difference White Paper, which highlights our ambitious plans for the year ahead. Bermuda is the custodian of one of the largest marine areas in the world, some 460 460,000 square kilometers of ocean. We have been leaders in conservation since 1620, when the first laws were passed in the Bermuda Assembly to protect Bermuda's sea turtles. Yes, 1620. And our historic commitment to marine conservation extends to the United Kingdom's Oceanic Protection Program, the Blue Shield, highlighting our role as a crucial member of the United Kingdom's overseas territories, which collectively account for 85% of the UK's biodiversity. The Bermuda Ocean Prosperity Program, launched in 2018, is a further testament to our dedication to sustainable ocean resource management. This program will develop a comprehensive, enforceable marine spatial plan to sustainably manage our exclusive economic zone. This plan includes a commitment to fully protect 20% of Bermuda's waters as a no-take fisheries replenishment zone, supporting our vision of a thriving blue economy. Bermuda has introduced strategies for the restoration of seagrass and mangroves, in addition to increasing our protected species to include sharks and manta rays to better manage imbalances in Bermuda's marine ecosystems. And we will not just stop by protecting our oceans, but we are also addressing our contribution to climate emissions. We have already begun to replace our entire bus fleet with 70 new electric buses, which is 70% of our fleet, and we are ahead of our target for a fully electric fleet by 2025. We are installing more EV charging stations to help decarbonize commercial and private transport and improve energy efficiency in construction of residential development. This work will support our goal of an 85% reduction in carbon emissions by 2035 and, of course, reaching net zero by 2050. The government is also introducing an island-wide tree planting strategy to remove invasive species, increase shade, and improve biodiversity. We have developed a strategy for eliminating single-use plastics, which has now been released for public consultation. But finally, one of our most significant contributions to the fight against climate change will come from our leadership in insurance. Bermuda's insurance and reinsurance sector is aiming to be the home of climate risk finance, which will address the critical need in clean markets to close the global protection gap while creating new opportunities around the globe. You may not know, but Bermuda is already the world's risk capital and the most important property catastrophe market in the world, providing insurance to policyholders and insurance companies through reinsurance in high-risk zones for flooding, storms, and wildfires. No other place on the world has the same concentration of climate risk expertise and innovation that has been built on 50 years of experience in risk management. Bermuda-based companies underwrite a whole third of the reinsurance catastrophe reinsurance in the world. And Bermuda-based insurers hold over $1 trillion in assets. As we have with tropical storms, wildfire, flood, and other climate-driven insured risks, Bermuda can play a crucial role in helping high-risk regions bolster their financial resilience to the rising tide of climate peril and become the world's climate risk capital. This is not just a business strategy. This is part of our tangible and comprehensive commitment to the global fight against climate change that Bermuda has been leading for a while. Bermuda understands the challenges we face as a small island state, but we will also recognize our strengths and our capabilities, and we will use those strengths and capabilities to collaborate with other small island states while we do our part. So I hope today it is clear that Bermuda is not just here to listen, but also to share our expertise, our plans, and how we are acting. We are determined to protect our ecosystem, reduce our carbon footprint, provide climate risk finance to the world, and do our part to mitigate the impact of climate change. And therefore, I call on all of us here today as small island states to do what we have always done in areas like business, tourism, and athletics, to punch above our weight in our contributions to our environment for the future generations of our planet. Let us work together to champion the cause of small island states and show the global community that despite being small, our efforts and resilience are immense. We will continue to work tirelessly towards a sustainable future for all. Thank you.